We often hear the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Well, the same can be said about our brain health. To help keep our brain functioning well, it needs stimulation, whether that's from physical exercise, meditation, or learning something new like painting or doing puzzles. So before we get to some of the specifics on how to optimize brain health, Dr. Ray, what happens when we don't exercise our brain?
Well, the brain thrives on connection and neuronal connections and movement. So there's different activities that you want to do with the brain because there's different regions and different lobes within the brain, and each of these different ones control something different. So you want mental stimulation if it's crossword puzzle reading, but anytime you learn new information, you're strengthening those neuronal connections, and you want to build a reserve. But you also have other areas of the brain that are for sensory and creativity. You want movement because blood flow, circulation, oxygen, that's movement. And then you also want engagement, social engagement. And so these are different, using different areas of the brain to stimulate everything. So you're using every area of the brain so that you don't lose it.
Okay.
And movement is critical because when you're moving, your brain has to plan. You can't just move. Your brain has to plan. It has to anticipate what the next step is. You have to have balance with it. You have to foresee what's coming at you, whether it's the cat crossing in the path or a throw rug. As you're moving along, you're actually exercising your brain more than you know.
Absolutely.
And if you can't move, you know, I give this as an example for people to do. Go to your family album and get those photos out that nobody's ever seen for 30 or 40 years, and go through and categorize them and put the names on them and do that and sort them, because that takes a whole lot of memory, a whole lot of planning, and some executive function, which staves off some of our dementias.
Yeah, because memory and mood and all that actually is the best resilience against neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and things like that.
Yeah, and what I would want people to think about is don't overthink it. Like when I have people say, oh, do Wordle, do puzzles, do this, I don't like any of them. It's like telling somebody to exercise and they don't like to exercise. So just keep it simple. What do you like to do, and build on that. If you like to walk, go with a friend and walk and talk. Like then you get that back and forth stimulation with the brain. If you like to cook, then try a new recipe. But don't try to start something brand new, because if you try something you don't like, chances are you're not going to do it.
I'm with you. The puzzles, they're not always something that people want to do, but doing the kind of things that you were engaged with, or taking on a hobby that you always wanted to do that you never did or never had time for.
Yeah.
If you've got that passion for it, do it.
And also lifelong learning. There's a lot of lifelong learning opportunities in most local communities. Dance lessons. My mother loves to dance, and she's read studies about how it could be the best exercise for your brain. Swimming, there's so many things. So I think you're right. Just find what really works for you and get you excited about life. It's just important to stay engaged with living.
Agreed.
You just have to remember, keep your brain moving by moving.